Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here again at Solana, seeing what's going on. We talked about potential for pullback, but also the likelihood of the price increasing. We're going to talk about both those scenarios and see why that may or may not be viable. I guess it depends on which side you're on. So we're going to take a quick look here at volume, just jumping really quick into the back-end data here for Solana. These are liquidation levels, essentially just telling us that obviously we know we had some massive amount of shorts getting liquidated there. And then of course there's kind of some late shorts at 80 that are still successful, holding strong. We've got some recent shorts here within the last 12 hours at about $77. Okay, or sorry, I'm summarizing, 77.65 to be more specific. We also have lower liquidations at 71 and as low as 65. Okay, so the reason why we look at this is just kind of get some ideas on where the price may go towards next. Because again, with liquidation levels, these are just kind of areas that the whales will like try to liquidate and essentially just control the price. Okay. That said, though, we don't have a massive amount of liquidation per se. Like it's not a concentrated amount that they're really targeting. So my speculation is that we may not see a direct target. They're probably gonna let the volume for the liquidation levels increase before they do so. So I'm willing to speculate this time tomorrow we're gonna have a lot heavier concentrations, and that might be a guiding factor. So regardless, let's go ahead and quickly look at the daily, work our way down. I normally don't look at the daily, but once a day, because we covered it earlier, but I'll just recap here. Everything's really looking bullish, and the main purpose here of understanding the daily time frame is to recognize shifts in momentum. We can see we're starting to diverge, but haven't officially yet. This is not a very strong divergence, so not necessarily a super important or telling thing. But we can understand and summarize that with us being above 70, we're still mostly bullish. Sorry. Below 70, above 50. And then, of course, stochastic is having its second swing down. Remember, I've mentioned this before. The first swing is kind of a telling sign. Second swing is more so a, not conviction, but it gives you confirmation, so to speak. The price is probably going to continue in that direction. So we do have a divergence there, letting us know that the price could potentially pull back. Okay. Again, what I do with that is I just kind of put that in the back of my mind and recognize that, hey, Solana's kind of in this aspect of still being very bullish according to trend lines, but some of the oscillators are telling us maybe a different story. Okay, so that is not 100% confirmation, a trading scenario that I don't love to take. Okay, again, our trading bot, different story altogether. In fact, quick congrats, just so you know, we took some master profits here on SHIB, 62% in 8 days. A previous SHIB trade, 121% in 3 months, and then of course Avalanche in roughly 2 days, 53%, and ICP 96% in 1.5 days. So that was an awesome trade. Glad we caught that AVAX and ICP long. So what we want to look at though, and the whole point of me kind of bringing this up is just that you want to be careful with your entry levels and make sure that you're averaging in or out of your position whenever possible. Okay. Some folks are just 100% in, 100% out. Not to say that's terrible. That's just kind of par for the course. It's fairly standard, but it's important to kind of try to diversify and kind of average in or out of your position with multiple profit targets or essentially multiple entry targets. Okay. Now, again, just to clarify, Bitunix, our exchange that we're partnered with right now, they offer trailing stop losses and multiple entry targets or multiple profit targets. Okay. That's available in our Bitunix section here. I kind of got a little walkthrough there of how to do that. Be sure to check that out. I have a YouTube video also describing how to use the exchange, but I recommend you use them if you're considering kind of, a little bit more, I wouldn't say advanced trading because it's not advanced at all to set multiple targets. It's more calculated and the right way to go. Okay. So again, I just try to like to drive this home because so many folks come over to my community brand new or they've made tons of mistakes, and those are really easy things to fix. Okay. All right. That said, 1 hour time frame. Let's wrap this up. Sorry, I'm getting a little wordy or preachy today, as some might say, but it is for your best interest because I really care, and I hope that you can, still learn as much as you can. That said, we're on the bottom half of this this cloud. As I mentioned before, we are riding the cloud up well. Okay. As soon as we traveled into the cloud, that should be an indication that maybe I should consider closing my position, maybe taking some profit. Same thing as well with the lagging span. Lagging span has not been free and clear this whole time. It's not the greatest entry level. Again, I was considering a level here at about $72. In hindsight, I wish I'd caught it, but that still wouldn't have had full confirmation. Okay, because again, the lagging span was within the price action. Usually not a great sign to go long. That said, we've got the lagging span below the price below the conversion line, which basically just implies that there's still bullish momentum on this trend, which is interesting. Very conflicting, if you will, whereas the price action is trying to break below the lower lead here, but hasn't yet. Okay. So generally speaking, if you're looking for a short, you wait for the price to confirm below this level here for at least a few hours. You also want the conversion line below the baseline showing we lost momentum and the lag span to be free and clear, which is not. So this is not an ideal scenario here for a long or a short. Just being straightforward with you, this is something that I like to look at and confirm before I take a trade. Is what I did with Avalanche and ICP, really, right? We took some nice profit there with a small 5x leverage trade and essentially, played it safe, right? I like to play it safe in this market. I know some people like to risk it, but I don't have too many biscuits, so I try not to risk it. Stupid joke. Sorry. Okay, that's about all we got here. What I would summarize here with is that it's best to wait for confirmation. We're going to want to reevaluate in the morning and or afternoon tomorrow to kind of see where we're at. But to me, no trade is a good trade right now. If you consider a long position, just make sure you adjust your stop loss as it goes up, if it were to. And do not be afraid to have a small stop loss of a small percentage. It's okay. Those are very normal, and it happens, all right? Again, if you structure your trades effectively, you rarely catch a stop loss. And if you do, you've taken a lot of profit in the meantime. So again, just some thoughts there, but I hope that you learned something here today, of course. Thanks again for watching. As per usual, like the video if you could, help us grow the channel. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.